All right, let's see. Am I going to watch on my own stream to make sure that the sound is working? I mean, probably, I would say. I'm definitely gonna let you look at these cool shirts for the time being, and then click it over. But the shirts, if I told you that they were selling like hotcakes, I wouldn't have a good point of reference because I definitely don't know what hotcakes are. Yep, there's my audio. All right, so now I don't need to bother anybody to double check my audio. As you can see, my partner in crime is not with me tonight. She's having significantly more fun than probably most of us right now, but we're gonna do our best to try and keep up. So, was I planning on streaming? No. Do I have soaking wet hair? Yes. Am I gonna cover it? Yep. And with that, this is gonna be one of these ones where the title is definitely gonna come after after the stream probably. So I've got a couple little things running around my gerbil brain here, but I kind of thought that we could go over Contratiempo real quick, but if you're new to Contratiempo, it's gonna be helpful, of course. If you're not, it's gonna be a review, but kind of want to listen to some songs and talk about where one might use Contratiempo and why. And so it's not always where you think it might be. So I got some opinions about it and hopefully some reassurances that you might find useful potentially. But first, let's go ahead and put on just a real generic rhythm track real quick. Yes. This is a touch slow. And so this is your typical sol montuno tumbao. We will leave it at just clave and drums for now. And let's go over the a tiempo real quick. So we're gonna find that when we're dancing a tiempo, we're catching all the odd number beats. So all the downbeats. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So we still got 1, 3, 5, 7. And if we listen to what's going on in the music in this generic tumbao here, there's a lot of things that happen actually on the upbeats. So if we're stepping 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, emphasis 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. On the upbeats, we get the slap of the drum and the open tone of the drum. So all the beats that we're missing when we do our little two-step to get into it, 1, 3, 5, 7. There's a bunch happening on 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. And so all we're gonna do is take our two-step, shift it over one beat. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, our two-step, shift it over by one beat. So instead of 1, 3, 5, 7, we're gonna have 2, 4, 6, 8 to catch the upbeats. So instead of 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, we're gonna have 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Slap, open, slap, open, slap, open, slap, open. And I'm gonna put a mic by the speaker as well to make sure that you can hear the music. Probably should have thought of that, but hey, we're doing a live thing. So hopefully this works so you can get a little bit more of the speaker. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. So the taps get the slap, bop, bop. And the steps out get the open tone. Goom, 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 goom. So when we step that out, we're gonna have 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Ba, tiki, goom, goom. Ba, tiki, goom, goom. Ba, tiki, goom, goom. Ba, tiki, goom, goom. So really tuning in with the percussion. So that's a little overview of Contratiempo. In order to be able to hear where we can use it, what I find is useful when we're actually listening to songs, I want to listen to some songs together this lovely evening, but when we're listening to the music, it's not always exactly like we hear this perfect clave playing and perfect drum playing or even the bass, but I think it is useful to practice contratiempo to just the clave, just the drum, and just the bass. So depending on what you hear in the song, something might really call to you that, hey, I can really hear the bass right now, so let me tune to that. Or I can hear the clave, even if it's not the sticks, I can hear the clave in the vocals real strong. So that's gonna let me know where the contratiempo is. And likewise, if the drums are real clear, you can tune into those. So drums, probably the easiest one to hit up. We kind of just did it, but we're gonna take the clave out. So boom boom. The boom booms, the open tones, it's a good way to prepare for the contratiempo out there. So that step out is going to catch the drums. And unpopular opinion, I don't think it matters what side, what foot, what side, with what number beat. But just we're gonna pick a boom boom and step out to the side. So I'm listening, boom boom, boom boom, and so I can double check that my steps together are getting the slap, 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 and the open steps are out. Open, 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 open. The numbers is 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. But I promise you'll feel a lot better if you look at it as boom boom, ba, tiki, boom boom, ba, tiki, boom boom, ba, tiki, boom boom, ba, tiki, boom boom. And then you can go on a whole thing when people ask you what the numbers are. You can pretend like you don't know exactly where they are. You can be like, oh, I really don't count. Let me think. Oh, I guess it's 8, 2, 3, 4. It's real pretentious and fun. So we're gonna nix the drums and move over to clave. So just so we hear where they line up. Actually, change my mind, we'll do bass. So the bass lines up real nice with the open, 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 open. So we take away the drums. Open, 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 open. All right, so you might be thinking, what is up with that note in the middle? And so that note in the middle is on an and, so it's on a place where you're not stepping. So if you can tune into the hits on the bass that line up with the open tone of the drum, that is going to be a bigger help to you than listening to the entirety of the bass. And when you're listening to actual music, that one is going to be more prominent usually as well, and you'll hear it amplified by the drums. So if we have just the bass, 4 and 8. 8, 4, 8, and that again corresponds to the steps to the side. 8, 4, 8, 4. If we had our drums, boom boom, back tiki, boom boom, back tiki, boom boom, back tiki, boom boom, back tiki, boom boom. So instead of counting this one, connection to the instrument itself. And so when people talk about feeling the music, I think a real good way of practicing to feel the music is the numbers are obviously helpful and they're a tool to get you closer to feeling the music. But if you can mouth out that bass, and when you step out, boom, baka tik, boom, baka tik, boom, I think it brings you closer to, in fact, feeling the music. So that's bass. Leave the bass in, and we'll put the clave. So that clave hit is on the and, so 2, 3, 5, and 8. That lines up with the note on the 3, 5, and 8. And so I like to use that to prepare on the 8. So depending on which side the clave is doing, if it's doing a 2-side feeling first thing like we're doing right now, 2, 3, 5, and 8. I'll prepare an 8, would just be like preparing with the bass, preparing with the drums. You can prepare 8 on the other side, whatever you want. But the 3 side of the clave, ba, 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 gives you some warning, the 3 side, ba, ba, ba. And it's a good way to step out and prepare. And then from there, the clave is going to be playing our first 2 steps. So clave is a fun thing to practice with because you really feel your feet go in and out of sync with it. So you get the 3 side of the clave, ba, 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 and then the next 2 steps, 2, 3. The 4 doesn't catch anything. And then you get 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we do it with the clave, two, 3, 5, and 8. 2, 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 3, 5, and 8. So the feet, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. And so the feet are going in and out of sync. So like I said, the and of the clave, that has a very particular name, that and hit, we're stepping around it. So our feet aren't aligning with it, but we're gonna feel our feet line up with the clave and then be right near the clave, but not exactly, and then line back up. So that's a super fun thing to practice with. So with that, let's do clave, bass, drums, and then all together, and then listen to some music. So, clave. 5 and 8, 2, 3, 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 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. If we go on to the bass, So for practicing here, one thing about dancing Contratiempo is it really focuses you on the beat before the beat of the slow step. And so it really helps you hold those slow beats just because everything is happening there. Here, here, here. And that's one thing that's gonna make the dancing look real relaxed no matter what count you're dancing on. So if you take that feel of emphasizing this one and this one, the outs of paso de son, even if you're dancing on tempo, dancing on 1, dancing on 3, if you emphasize that slow step, that's one thing that you can take from son no matter what count you're dancing on. So there we go, we got our contratiempo, and let's talk about where we might use it, depending on what we're feeling, what song is playing. Let's start with a song that's like sort of a no-brainer. So if we look up like Venenosa. So this obviously is a song that's heavy soul influence. Okay, if we just listen to the intro, you know, it's very clearly like very, very soul. But we'll see what we can hear, and we'll see what we can pick up to find the contratiempo. So if we listen to bass. So we can hear the clave as well. So that's another good thing with music that has a little bit of a stripped down arrangement. So there's enough not happening over the singing and everything else that you can actually hear the clave. And so a good exercise for the clave is when you can actually hear the two sticks banging together. To keep snapping with it until you can't hear them anymore if they get covered up, and see what else you find in the music that lines up with it. So let's do that. So hopefully you can hear the clave.
Y que cosas del amor, lo tuyo no tiene freno.
So hopefully, and this song should be on, if it's not now, it will be on a playlist on Spotify called Ultimate Casino Class Playlist. And it's all arranged by tempo, by Herman in Venezuela, another casino teacher. Thank you very much for your efforts. It has songs on that if you teach or if you're trying to practice, they're arranged by tempo, and you can just go along up and down the playlist, whatever you feel comfortable practicing at for a particular turn sequence or whatever you're working on. And we're going to be adding some new songs to it soon. So Ultimate Casino Class Playlist, I'll put a link in the description. If you listen to this song, for example, you can hear the clave, it's right out there for you to listen to. If you snap along with it, you can see that it's picking up different hits with the horns and the vocals and everything else. So something that's very useful for quote-unquote musicality. So musicality in terms of like practical music knowledge that you can use for social dancing, and not necessarily all this like wild shit that you see in workshops. But that's another story. For practical musicality, when you can start to hear and feel the clave in other instruments, it's like a cheat code. So even in this song, if someone wasn't playing the sticks, that clave pattern is present for you to orient yourself in the music, and of course use it to dance contratiempo, pick up whatever count you want. But I know that when people are first learning, they're always like, where's the clave, where's the clave? And they're listening so hard to hear these two little sticks that maybe aren't even playing at any given time. But like in this song is a good bridge to be able to start to hear the clave in the instruments.
Se enciende la carretera y si estás llegando al baile, se alborotan tus caderas. Tienes el barrio caliente y una pila enamorada. Todos los hombres bajan por decirte algún piropo más brillante que la luna.
that would be good homework if you're looking to sort of develop your ear a little bit, is go over to the Ultimate Casino class playlist and listen to the song and snap out some clave. So here's another quick song that falls under the category of I don't know that I would be able to dance a tiempo to it. Keep it with HTTP.
Dice que andabas últimamente desconcertada, porque una amiga de buena fe me aconsejaba que no tenías futuro, que no sería nada. Ya de este mundo una relación conmigo empezaba. Yo nunca supe la explicación de lo que iba pasando. Sí me preocupaba que al pasar del tiempo.
So obviously we had that big hit on 8 or 4, maybe that was, but on one of the hits with the bass in the drum, one of the outs for Paso Son, either 4 or 8, I wasn't counting, but that is going to be. That could be our in for finding the contratiempo if we're just doing it from a listening exercise. If we go back and listen to the beginning again, this is a good one because this has the 3 side feeling first. So as opposed to the sticks, they're clapping out. They're clapping out the clave.
Dice que andabas últimamente desconcertada, porque una amiga de buena fe me aconsejaba que no tenías futuro, que no sería nada. Ya de este mundo una relación conmigo empezaba. Yo nunca supe la explicación de lo que iba pasando. Sí me preocupaba que al pasar del tiempo me ibas rechazando. Ajeno a todo, quise salir de mis sentimientos.
So you can hear that the clave isn't just the guys clapping. I think maybe they stopped clapping at that point, but there's a lot else that's picking up the clave pattern. In this song, you can also hear very clearly the bass on the 4 and 8. You can also hear the drums playing Somos Tuno Tumbao. So you can pick up
Yo nunca supe la explicación de lo que iba
your choice.
pasando.
So the drums.
Sí me preocupaba que al pasar del tiempo me ibas rechazando. Ajeno a todo, quise salir de mis sentimientos.
So this is another song that, you know, I don't know if I had to, if I could dance it a tiempo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It just feels so much like it's calling you to dance it contratiempo. So, and it's a great song. So even later in the song, even later on. We got the bell going, so it's really downbeat, you know. But there are those upbeats. So even the vocals.
Sentimiento que me llama, sentimiento que me toca.
So every out, you hear them catching that step, catching the vocals. There's just so much that's like calling like to dance it contratiempo that it would be difficult not to. So that's another good one. I don't think this one's on the playlist, but I'll pop it on there. And then let's take a look at a song that maybe we wouldn't think necessarily to dance contratiempo to, but there's a case for it. And the case also is that all this music, first of all, the case is all the music comes from son anyway, so it's going to have a strong son influence almost all the time. The other case for it is there's enough going on in Timba where it's pulling from all these different influences that really, whatever count you feel like dancing almost any song to. I'm not really like there's no wrong answers kind of guy. I don't really like fall back on that one. I think there's wrong answers. But whatever you're tuning into, you can express that with whatever you decide to do with dancing. So at any given point in these songs, there's probably influences from rumba, from son, and whatever you're hearing, that's going to inform your dancing. And so doing a lot of rhythmic exercise is going to just help you hear more and get a clearer picture of all the things going on. And whatever you're tuning into, then that's you. So I wouldn't subscribe to the idea that there's like a right or wrong way. If you want to dance that last song on tempo, go for it. So this has a real like downbeat kind of thing going. Timba live. And so really easy to dance to it. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So listen here. You can hear those drums. Catches that bass out. And so this would be a fun song, depending on what's going on in it, to switch back and forth. I think you could dance that whole song Contratiempo and maybe incorporate a little bit of rumba or whatever you wanted to do at different parts. But you really could dance that whole thing Contratiempo. It's faster, which I think when songs are faster, people don't think about dancing them 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. But it's very strong sol montuno, backbeat, drums, bass on the 4 and 8. You can definitely pick up a lot of upbeat stuff to dance that Contratiempo. And if you're at a point where you're incorporating rumba or you're able to switch back and forth between these different counts, going back to Contratiempo from rumba has such a nice contrast rhythmically. So rumba is very a tempo, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4. It's a very fun sort of juxtaposition to play with. So if that's something that you want to see, talking about going from incorporating rumba, from dancing Contratiempo, from dancing son timing, let me know. That's like a definite higher level kind of a thing, but we could do it one of these Wednesdays with a partner. So let's listen to the song a little bit more and then we'll call it.
Ay, es la esencia de mi tierra, lo que me corre por las venas.
Very clear drums right there. But there's also sort of a rumba thing going over it. So depending on what you're hearing, you could dance really either. Para a, di, di, a, 6, 7, 8, di, di, a, di, di, a, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. If you were dancing rumba to it, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, di, di, a. So you've been hearing the vocals right there, a lot of upbeat.
Lo que te traigo es diferente, música para mi gente.
So there you go. This one I'll put on the, this is if your class is like really cooking. This one, I don't know. I'll put it on the playlist because I said I would, but this is sort of up there. But if you have a class that's like really getting after it, why not put this song on? Sure. But this is one that's faster, and so like keeping that exercise with a faster song is good too. Just here to show how to dance Contratiempo timing, how to find it in the clave, drums, bass together, and clave being that anything that's picking up the clave, sort of the entirety of the music. If you wanted to listen to some songs, clap out, snap out clave, and see where these different hits throughout the music line up, that's gonna help develop your feeling of the music, your feeling of the clave, hearing the clave within the different instruments, and listening to the songs that you feel might make you want to dance Contratiempo, and just practicing and just trying to maintain a basic Contratiempo step throughout the song. The key would be emphasizing that slow step. So if you do paso son, that step out to the side. and on the bass and the drums, just holding that. So different sort of conceptual kind of a thing. However, hope that it is useful for those interested in Contratiempo. And next week should be back with the partner. In the meantime, I will say lastly that I've been doing a lot of virtual privates with people, and been going pretty well. So I did for this month try something where we got package of 6, package of 12 virtual privates that I was able to find a way to break them up into monthly payments. So over the course of either 3 or 6 months, and it takes them down to 50 a piece or 40 a piece on the special. And if you don't have the course, I'll throw in the course. If you do have the course, you can DM me and I will figure something out for you too. But that's about it. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And here's a quick picture of a shirt before I end the stream. Thank you for those who picked up the shirts. I sincerely appreciate it. I think they're very cute, as are my cousins. Oh, little schnuckel.